Hey folks, so glad to see you here. Excited really to share another money saving tip with you. Happy Valentine's Day in advance. I'm sure on the actual day you're all going to be way too busy to be watching this. So I just wanted to give you a few little tips. So, you know that I'm all about saving money. You know that I always want you to pay yourself first. You know that I have KT Finances and I help you invest for the long term. So let's have some fun with baking today, okay? Because actually, you might be baking because it's almost Valentine's Day. It's a traditional day to have a few extra sweets and to be baking. But there are a lot of great reasons to be baking all year round. Seriously. And here's part of why. This will probably be pretty short, but just to let you know. If you take a good hard look at your food budget, you will notice that most of the money that you're spending is either on protein, which I do not advocate you getting rid of, and processed foods. So, you might say, Karen, I'm an entrepreneur. Are you serious? You want me to bake now? And I'm saying, yes, you don't have to do it 7 days a week. But I will tell you, because I firsthand have plenty of knowledge of this, that sometimes life happens. Sometimes we really, really need to save money badly. And we need to do it fast. And one of the best ways to save money, one of the quickest, is to look at your food budget and to work on that, because most people don't have control, right? Over like what's their car payment or their mortgage or their rent or their children's expenses for school. I mean, there's a whole lot of expenses that we call in the financial world like fixed expenses. And yes, we all have to eat. And food expenditure is actually discretionary. That's just a big word that means you get to control it. And how exciting is that? Because if you want to be wealthy for the long term, you have to find places in your budget that you can pay yourself first. And if you just like willy-nilly go to a grocery store without a list, which by the way, you've got to have a list if you want to be conscious about money, and you just kind of go up and down the aisles. Now, guys, you are entrepreneurs. You know all about marketing. So I want you to stop. I want you to think for a second. I want you to think about all the marketing that goes into grocery stores. Now, when I was a single mom, really, really struggling, thank goodness, I've come a long way. Had to feed my daughter split pea soup because I wanted to keep that first house that we built. To me, that was the most important. Pay that mortgage, pay that mortgage, pay that mortgage. And years later, you know, we sold that particular property for a great profit, but we put it into another property. Okay? But what I'm trying to teach you and help you with is to really think like long term. Because in these grocery stores, the way the aisles are set up, now, when I was really, really broke, I even got a book out of the library. Yes. To figure out about couponing. Is it really worthwhile? I read like a 200-page book. Yes, I'm a nerd on finance. I know. I've got it. I accept that. But I read like this 200-page long book on couponing, only to discover that you can do just as well, save just as money by buying generic brands. Now, since you're a smart entrepreneur, where do you think the grocery store puts the generic brands? Now, when You walk into a grocery store and you're busy, you're hustling through, you got a million things to do, as we all do as entrepreneurs. What are you going to look at immediately? What's eye level, right? That's where the grocery store is going to market to you and put the most expensive items, hoping that you will just rush in and grab whatever. If they're really marketing, which a ton of them do, they will set up end aisles so that you're like, first thing you come in the store, you see that, right? So here's some more smart tips. If you take just, like guys, really, if you get into the habit, I promise this is not hard. You take a couple of extra seconds. Look, you've already made it to the grocery store. Kudos on that. And you look down. You can figure that you're getting an extra squat in for the day. I don't know. Manage it in your brain however you want to make it fun. Okay, so you're getting one extra squat in, right? Because we're all too busy to exercise, and we really should exercise more too. Okay, so you take that little squat, and you look at the bottom, and by law, luckily, they didn't used to have to do it. They have to put the cost per unit on those little white markers. Now, some stores are lazy or purposeful, and they're just like, oh, yeah, we forgot to do that, and they might not all be in place. But I guarantee you, if you look at the bottom shelf, you're going to find, usually, keep an eye on those little tags, hopefully they have them on there, what the best price for you is, okay? So you can pick those up. Now, if you make a batch of cornbread, for example, yes, I know all about this, trust me. I might be into big finance and investing, but I know all about this. So you want to stretch your food budget, right? You're going to go to the bulk bins and you're going to buy the beans instead of buying them in a can. Now, it's really easy. I do say invest in a crock pot. Time saving, sure. I've got things on my website for time saving too. Invest in a crock pot. All you do, you buy those beans out of bulk, which is going to save you money. And if you want to get really fun about it, you could compare your grocery bills from one week to the next. And you can say, whatever I save, I'm going to give that to me. And I'm going to pay myself first. And that's how I'm going to set up a savings account. That's a great strategy. And it's really encouraging because you'll see the momentum. Okay, so you take these beans out of the bulk aisle. You put them in a crock pot. You put water over them. You press power and high, and you walk away. Not only are you not burning your food, but you're eating really good protein source for a lot less money. Now, if you want to pick up extra meat protein sources, I'm not here to tell you be vegetarian, eat meat, be paleo, any of that. I'm just saying protein's important. So however you do that. Same thing with quinoa. There's a great video on TEDx Education about how the school chefs, which is another topic that's dear to my heart because really health and children are dear to my heart too, talks about how like school chefs only have like $2.38 per child to feed them. And really only $1 something's going towards the meal. So these poor people, they're really just like angels in the world. That's a side tangent, but that's what you get if you watch me live. So this was on like a food TV thing they had Chopped. And this poor school chef didn't know anything about what quinoa was. But she really needs to learn what quinoa was. So she made this dish, and that's what the YouTube said. She made the dish. She didn't even cook the quinoa. You've got to cook the quinoa, okay? Invest in a rice cooker. That's another tremendous thing to do. That way, you put in a scoop of the quinoa, you put the water up to the level, you press the button again. Guys, I'm all about ease. I'm all about time saving, ease, and saving you money. So if you do things like that to save yourself money and you bake, make it fun. Like, if finances are tight, it's likely that things are stressful at home. And trust me, I understand that 100%. So if you make a homemade cornbread, which literally is going to take you 20 minutes to get it in the oven, you will see smiles on your children's faces. Put on a little butter, a little honey. It'll warm up the house. That saves more money because you're using your oven. I'm all about multitasking like that. Even if you bake a cake, and again, this is just about the general concept to give to you, not the specifics, but I myself like higher protein sources. I'm gluten-free. I don't like white flour or white sugar. That's my own personal thing. So I had bought this cake mix on sale, which, yes, mixes will cost you a tiny bit more than doing it yourself. But still, I had it in my cabinet. I thought, let's try this. It was almond flour, so it gave extra protein. Got a little can on Thrive Market. That's where I bought the cake mix. I happened to see it there. So the frosting's already done. It still saves money. And you know what? It still gives to my family. It still gives to that feeling of ambiance, right? So try it out. See if maybe you can bake like once a week, just with your family. If you have kids, even better, because they love doing this stuff. And that way you have quality time with them and you're saving money. So take that money, make sure you take the money that you save from baking for you, baking for your family, for your loved ones. You put it in a little extra jar or envelope and you put it in a savings account, okay? And then you start investing for the future. This is going to be on my Facebook business page where I have lots of live videos for you, lots of tips. You're free to check those out. Also, for those of you who don't know me well, I'm Karen Trepte of KT Finances. I market for over 100 of the top national firms. I give my financial consultations 100% for free. I'm all about finding out what your goals are, what you want to do with your money, how you're going to invest it. It's like being a personal shopper, right? Only I give you financial products. And I guarantee you I can save you money, I can save you taxes, I can help you create your wealth for the long term, all with a free service. So we'll put some links in below to book a session with me. Love to chat with you. If you think like, oh, I don't have enough money, honestly, with tips like this with the baking, I can help you find that extra $100 a month. If you're young, if you're in your 20s, that'll translate to millions. And I'm not kidding about millions. That's what it'll translate to. So, think long term. Happy Valentine's Day. Huge hug and hearts to you. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy your time with your family. After all, time is even more precious than money, because you can always make more money. You can't make more time. So, sending you tons of light and love, and I'll chat with you guys again later. Bye for now.